Hey everybody, we're going to use Be Live and do an experiment because I am in a ranting mood and I figured we would do a Yankey Rants because that's how we're going to do Yankey Rants moving forward. Whenever I'm in the mood to rant about something, that's when we're going to do it. But there's an experiment going on in tonight's episode of Yankey Rants that is a little different than what we usually do, and that experiment is naming it Cute Cat Pics. Because I am being throttled something severe on Facebook entirely. Everything I do is being completely shut down and completely throttled. And it's gotten way out of hand. And I honestly don't know what to do about it anymore. So I am sharing this around. I am going to invite people in. I'm going to try to get this out to a good group because I'm going to ask your advice after I'm done carrying on with what I want to get out in this little rant. I'm going to I want your opinion too. That's why I'm inviting you guys in. That's why I'm sharing this out, is because I want certain people's opinions. I want to hear from you, you know. So I'm going to invite a few people whose opinions I would respect moving forward. And I want to ask you, is there any hope for the truth? Will the truth survive? Will we do what needs to happen to defend the truth? The truth is being killed. It's being eliminated in real time. It's being wiped out. We're allowing it. That's the thing. We have to realize that we are allowing this, that this doesn't have to happen, that we don't have to accept this as our reality. We could have so much better. We could do better. Things could be better. Hey, Herbert, good to see you. Yes, you should absolutely be here. I didn't get to invite everybody I wanted to, but I invited a few. I don't want to get put in Facebook jail for oversharing. You know what I mean? But I did get to invite a few, and yes, you absolutely should be here. This is Yankey Rants. It's just called Cute Cat Pics because I'm trying to see if maybe they'll let people watch cute cat pics. You know, Facebook, can people watch cute cat pics? Is that okay? Would that be okay with you guys if we looked at pictures of cute kittens? You know, is that okay? Is it okay to talk about cute kittens? Can I co host a show with cute kittens and quickly talk about the fact that truth is being killed off in real time, eliminated from our reality? I don't know what to do anymore. I'm swinging in the dark. That's why I invited the people that I invited. I want your opinions, I want your advice. I'm going to invite some more people because we need a good group in here. I'm sending it in Messenger because I'm trying not to get locked up over sharing it. But there are certain people that I'd really like to hear what you think. One, some of the people I invited support the shows that I do. And, some of the people are just people who have helped me along the way in different ways, whether it's inspire me, push me forward, things like that. And I didn't get to tag everybody or message everybody, and I'm not going to. You know, there is more that I could do, and I could push harder, etc., and I could share harder, and I could try harder probably. But what's it going to take, man? No, what are we going to do about it? Are we going to do anything about it? And the truth is being killed in real time. This is happening. So, hey, Helen, we're doing Yankee Rants. We just called it Cute Cat Pics. Yankey Rants from now on is going to be a sporadic show that just happens whenever I'm aggravated. And I'm aggravated today. They throttled the hell out of the Daily Burn, the hell out of it. I take a little bit of accountability for some of the technical errors that go on during the shows, but not all of it. Not all of it. They are throttling the hell out of me. Like during that feed, during the Daily Burn, which was only 20 minutes tonight, but it was going really well. And then all of a sudden, Facebook and YouTube started crashing out over and over again. I can look at analytics of the feed on all platforms, and it would drop down to 0 frames per second on both platforms at the same time, so like it was being pulsed. And that's exactly what they're doing. But on my caster, my streaming service that I use to put the stream out, it's telling me what it's getting and what it's putting out. Consistent the entire time. Sometimes it is on my end, but a lot of times, especially lately, it is not on my end. And, some of this stuff I am paying for now. So it allows me to do cooler things. And one of the things is to see my input and output rate and what's going on. Everything was perfect the entire time. The signal coming from my end was perfect. The signal coming out from Caster was perfect the entire time. But my feed was getting pulsed, and you could almost set your watch to it. It was like every five or so minutes, it would just get steady pulsed, and both of them would go down together. Like I was flipping back and forth. It's frustrating when it's happening, but I was flipping back and forth between the platforms. And every time Facebook would crash out, I'd go to YouTube and it was crashed out too. Then I'd sit on YouTube for a little while and then it would crash out again. I'd go back to Facebook. Facebook was doing the same thing. And I'm also watching it on my phone. So I'm seeing it all happen. The only feed that was consistent was VK. I now stream to Russia. Russia was consistent. Russia didn't fail. Russia stayed solid the whole time. Isn't that funny? Facebook and YouTube aren't getting enough signal to maintain a constant feed. That's the warning I keep getting. Even though my streaming service is telling me the signal is fine, there's no problems there. Everything's consistent, green bars all across. VK's fine. VK stream just solid. I don't know what to do anymore. That's what we're going to be asking at the end of this. Truth is being killed and suppressed and eliminated. And Herbert says on December 10th, YouTube has new guidelines coming out. The word is you aren't being monetized for videos. They will delete accounts. It's all coming to an end, guys. Truthers are naming videos cute cat pics so they can talk. And it don't even work. I invited at least 15 people personally, sent them messages in Messenger. Please don't be mad at me for that, by the way. And maybe you don't look at your Messenger. That's possible, but I don't think so. I don't think that's what's going on. But what do you think? What do you think that we should do? Because this is real, what Herbert's saying. And YouTube has a lot of new things that have already started happening. Like, for instance, every time you upload a video, you have to tell YouTube and explain if it's for kids or not. You have to classify every video. I even classified my whole channel as not for kids. Doesn't matter. Every time I upload or go live, I have to say if it's for kids. It's weird. It's weird. And I don't think that has anything to do with YouTube changing direction towards a child-friendly platform. I don't think that's what it is at all. I don't trust any of this. It's corporate censorship. That's what's happening. Censorship has been corporatized. The mainstream media is YouTube. It is Twitter. It is Facebook. They have a monopoly on information. Google, Facebook, YouTube. YouTube is owned by Google. and Twitter probably have more influence than the mainstream media. And the mainstream media is a complete weapon. So it's all controlled because these other avenues, Facebook and etc., usual suspects, man, they're in the same lineup, controlled by the same people. It's all owned by 6 people, basically, 6 corporations. All comes out of 6 different boardrooms. That's where it's going to eventually only come from. If we don't do everything we can to support independent journalism and to hold on to it and fight for it, it will be eliminated. But I want to get to what you guys are saying too. Robert says, how absolutely crazy would our media go if Trump is somehow impeached and then the people reelected him anyway? They would be responsible for it. You know, they would never take responsibility for it, but they would be responsible for it. They built Trump into what he is. They're responsible for Trump having the fame that he has and the status that he has. There is no such thing as bad publicity. They know what they're doing. They're building a boogeyman. You know, they intend to run only on not being Trump, not any kind of change or progress, just we're not Trump. That's all they've got. Fear the orange man. Be afraid of the orange man. You know, aren't you glad we're not the orange man? I don't care. You know, they would rather lose to Trump than let us win, than let the people win. There is a revolution happening in this country right now. They would rather lose to Donald Trump than let us win. That is the truth, the sad truth of the entire situation. They're not afraid to lose to Donald Trump. They are perfectly happy with keeping things the way they are. They like the way things are. We're trying to change it, but that's not going to happen unless we do everything that we can to change it, to make a change. And will we? I mean, I'm being serious. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm being real. Will we? Will we do what needs to happen? Will we ever put a stop to this? Or will we all wake up one day literally living in 1984? Julian Assange is sitting in a prison cell awaiting extradition to the United States for crimes against the United States. Are we going to allow this? We have to take ownership. We have to take ownership of this. I'm not sharing anymore. I accidentally started another watch party. I almost left it. I can't leave it. It's done now. This is Yankey Rants. This is not cute cat pics. We're talking about truth, and you're not allowed to talk about truth. So that's what this is. And I'm sorry I started a watch party in your group again. Please kick me out of your group. I obviously cannot handle being in your group. I like your group, and I wanted to share to your group. I didn't want to start a watch party. I apologize. Herbert says we're already in 1984. Not yet. Not yet. Very, very near. Very near. Eerily near, but not yet. We could stop this. We're almost there. You know, we're not in a situation yet where the only official story is Big Brother's story or the establishment powers that be's version of reality. We're not in that situation yet, but we are rapidly heading towards it. We are rapidly heading towards it. Will we allow it? Are we going to allow Julian Assange to be extradited to the United States and tried for crimes against the United States? Are we going to let that happen? Are we ever going to own this and realize it's our responsibility and that we have power over our future? And that there are weapons being used against us to convince us that we don't. But we do. And if we would stand united, we would be invincible. There would be absolutely nothing they could do to stop us. And I don't mean any way in particular. Robert, I'm not talking about voting your way out of a rigged election. This is not the Daily Burn. We need to do something united as one. The place I accidentally started this watch party was a QAnon group. I love this group. It's one of my favorite groups I'm in now. I don't follow Trump. It's not about that. We are all on the same team. I am fighting in that political revolution right now. I understand you don't agree with that, but you understand that things are bad, right? We have to do something. You do that in your own way already. I know that about you. We got to unite. We got to have common goals and common fights and realize we have common ground. You know, in the pageantry that is our government, they work across the aisle. Why aren't we capable of doing that? We've allowed them to break us up in easily manageable groups. It's called divide and conquer. It's something they've used on us for millennia. We don't have to let them do this. We don't have to allow it. And yes, we are allowing it. We are standing for it. There is corporate censorship happening right now. And I'm not an expert on how to fight back against it. I know what's happening, though. I know that the truth is being silenced and eliminated in real time, and people that spread the truth are being persecuted for doing so and punished. I know that. So, and I know that it can't happen if we don't allow it to happen. We allow ourselves to feel weak. We are not weak. You've been programmed and indoctrinated and brainwashed since you were little to never realize your true power. And you've been broken up, misdirected, misinformed, and divided up in little groups to make sure that you stay easily controlled. If we rose above this stuff, we could really make some progress. And it's possible to fight in your own little way, no matter what that is. I'm not saying my way is the right way. I'm not saying my way or the highway either, though. I respect anybody who's fighting towards progress. Herbert says, or if Trump is impeached. What do you mean if Trump is there another conversation going on in the comments? Herbert says they're using OK Boomer now. Yeah, there is another conversation going on in the comments. But my rant tonight is basically about the corporate censorship. I've been talking about it a lot lately, but it's a big deal. It's a big deal. It's happening, and it's rapidly happening. It's not slowly happening. We are marching very quickly towards a literal version of 1984, where there's one version of the truth. You know, Google's CEO was interviewed, and that's what he said he wants. One result. When you search something, you should get one answer. That there's only one right answer, so that's all you should get. Well, just for instance, I just did a video on Ruby Ridge. There was probably 12 different sides to that story. And that's me being very conservative. There was so many angles to that story. And the truth always lays somewhere in the gray area. So how are you supposed to get at the truth when they eliminate it? When they eliminate dissenting views? When they shut down and silence people like me that try their best to spread the truth and get the truth out there? You know, whether you agree with everything I'm doing, I think you can at least respect that I try to be honest while I do it, no matter what I'm talking about, even the burn. Because I'm always honest about the fact that it's our responsibility, and if we don't overwhelm it, we can't win. So you're right. You can't vote your way out of a rigged election expecting it to, if you play it the way it's meant to be played, no. You have to beat the literal hell out of it. You have to overwhelm it. I saved a cuss word there, Liz. I'm trying to do better, trying to be better for you. You make me want to be better. I'm just kidding. Herbert says, people ask all the time when Americans will rise up like the rest of the world and fight for our country. I believe if Sanders is robbed of the election again, that will set the uprising in motion. So you think if they rig another election in this country, we'll rise up? Well, let me just ask, while we're doing a watch party in the Q group, if they haven't kicked me out of their group yet, while we're in here, let me find out what they think, because a lot of Q people support Trump. So if an election was rigged in this country, if they rigged another primary, it's the Democratic primary, so you may not even care about it, but you should, I think, because it's election in this country. So if they rig another election in this country right in front of our very eyes with the use of the media, which is proven that they did, it's an absolute fact that they did that in 2016. That's proven beyond a shadow of a doubt. To ignore that and deny it is insanity at this point. Everyone should know that they rigged an election in this country and they used the media to do it, with the media's full cooperation. So, moving on, what if they did that again? Would you care? Like, if you're on the right, you know, again, talking about being broke up in little groups and why that's effective. Because maybe you wouldn't care, but shouldn't you? I think you should. I think if democracy means anything to you, you should care deeply. I think all of us have ancestors who have paid the ultimate price for this freedom that we're all so proud of. Well, it's being chiseled away at. And we need to do all we can to fight for it. But let me know what you guys want to talk about. I want to talk about things we're not allowed to talk about. We'll get throttled. I want to talk about Julian Assange. I have to look into a lot of the research that I'm behind on for Ginger. She sent me a lot of stuff I need to get into and look at more stuff. But I got to tell you that there's been a couple reasons why I haven't fully dived into that. And one of them is the story is so not just sad to me, terrifying to me. Because that man's sitting in that prison cell because he spread the truth. He's a journalist, what journalists should be. And Herbert says that it would set it in motion. The millions of Sanders supporters would be at their limits and ready to fight, unlike before. Well, I hope so. I mean, if it was to happen, I would really hope so. Because if we allow another election to be rigged in this country, no matter how you feel politically, I think politics is off the table moving forward after that. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. We let them do it twice. I won't have any faith in society anymore. I will focus on that 3% goal and focus on waking up enough to reach 3% and doing it some other way, like in the streets or yellow vests or something. Politics will be over for me if we allow it again. Everybody thinks that's what's going to happen. And if it is, and we allow it, Robert, I know. Robert says the DNC has already said that they pre-select the winners, not the voters. I understand. Are we going to allow it? Are we going to stand for it? Because, see, bringing that up and pointing that out, that only implies that you think we will. That we'll fold up like lawn chairs and we'll take it. And we'll let them do whatever they want and let them run wild and free. And everything will continue forward. And one day we will literally be living in 1984. It won't just be that our TVs watch us, because they already do. Everything's in place. The only thing that's missing is that you're not allowed to think for yourself. That's all that's missing. And they pretty much got that figured out. They've figured out how to control your thoughts, how to manipulate you. But eventually, there'll only be one story. There will be no dissenting voices. And when something happens, you will only have the official narrative. Now, how often has that been reliable? Then ask yourself, how often has it been unreliable? And ask yourself if we're going to allow live shows are weird. We're in a Q group on this watch party, so they're going to be so bored, but we're going to go ahead and get into this full on since Robert's here. And I don't care what Hillary says. And everybody needs to stop caring about what people like Hillary say. They are the few. Look at history. I'm not talking about how rigged up our country's system is. I'm talking about history now. All throughout time, anything that has ever happened that has been for the people has happened through the people standing united and demanding it. I don't care what Hillary said. People need to stop worrying about what Hillary and the media and the news and the politicians and DNC said in court. I don't care about any of that. It's all whining. We need to own this. We overwhelm it with our numbers. That's the bottom line and the end of the story. Everything else is quitter talk. And if we allow it to happen again, then it's all over anyway. Like, we'll do something different. Like, I will do shows that really are about pictures of cats, because there will be no point talking to anybody. Because if everybody woke just wants to sit around and go, oh, they're just going to rig it. Let's take our ball and go home, guys. There's no point fighting for anything. Then let's just wrap it up. That's kind of what I'm asking. Should I just, do I keep fighting on Facebook? Do I keep trying to get, the truth out on Facebook? Is that a lost cause too? Maybe it is. Maybe the election is a lost cause. Like I said, this is my last go round. This don't work out, I'm done with politics. 100% done with politics. I believe in the people. That's what I believe in. Us. I got to, because we're the ones that got to do it. And otherwise, I just would lose all faith. I got to have faith that we'll do the right thing. And then I got to try and help it happen. And I think that it happens by spreading the truth and getting the truth out there and waking people up to what's going on and what's really happening in the world. And we're all doing a great job of that. Everybody's name that I see here right now is doing a fantastic job of that. And QAnon, I think, is mad at me because there's people here on the watch party on QAnon, but nobody's talking. I started this on accident, guys, in your group. I really like your group, but if I was you, I would probably kick me out. I'd be sick of me by now because I don't share your politics, but I like you guys because you're about truth, and I like you guys. Jay says can't share, so making a watch party. Right on, Jay. Good to see you. When are we doing our interview? I'm only keeping this till the 22nd. I'm not going to renew this, I don't think. I like it. It's fun. Like, I like being able to put your comments up on the screen and stuff, and it's neat, but it's laggy, and it's just not worth $30 a month, I don't think. But this is what I do interviews on, so if you want to talk, Jay, you can come on with me. We need to get going because the 22nd's coming up. I messaged you. I know you're busy, though. You've been doing all kinds of building on your property and stuff. You're quite handy. I got to give it to you. You need to come over here and fix some stuff up at my house. I would love a koi garden, like a koi pond. Hook me up. You should see the landscaping that Jay's been doing. But I've been ranting and raving for 30 minutes. What do you guys want to talk about? Did you see that Assad has come out, and even Assad has come out and said that Epstein didn't kill himself? The world is laughing at us. Did you see the coverage from Australia's CBS? I believe it was CBS. I don't even know. It was mainstream, though, mainstream media outlet. I think CBS, Australia, 60 Minutes or whatever, did a full expose on the Epstein story. And I mean in depth. I was shocked. And it's still up on YouTube. Check it out. I will try to find the link. But I'm thinking about saving it to a USB flash drive before it's eliminated. They had interviews with victims. They had all kinds of stuff. And they spent a lot of time focusing on the fact that Bill Clinton was involved in this, Prince Andrew, all kinds of royalty and rich people and powerful people were tied to Epstein. Robert said, I wasn't bad. As Hillary said, oh, wait, I don't know. Herbert says Turkey is buying Russian equipment and the U.S. is pissed. I kind of no longer care what the U.S. military industrial complex is pissed about. We don't really have the right to be pissed, I don't think. I don't think we have the right to be pissed off about what Russia feels or Russia does. It's Russia's business. Why are we Team America World Police? Why do we feel like we have the right to police the world? But Herbert says knowing that they're going to steal the election again and preparing for it is not giving up. It's looking ahead. I agree with you. I'm just in a fight and I don't have time for plan B. Plan B takes away from plan A. I plan on winning. If I lose, then I'll deal with losing at the time I lose. Until then, I'm going to talk and act like a winner. That's just the way I'm approaching it. I'm looking at this one last fight. I'm 100% in it. Whatever happens, happens. We'll move forward and it'll get where it gets. But let me know what you guys want to talk about. Herbert says Turkey. Well, now we going to war with Russia again? Talking about sanctions on Russia. They always want war. They're always going to be pushing for war. We have to put a stop to it. We have to own this, no matter how you feel politically. This is our job. And these changes, we can start making them in our own lives. Just moving forward right now. We don't have to wait. You should quit waiting for permission. Like, Robert was talking about the DNC says we can't select a nominee through elections. Yeah, if you buy into their little garbage game, you are trying to take it over. Not asking nicely. You can't ask nicely. And like Kennedy said, if peaceful revolution is made impossible, violent revolution will be inevitable. I can't make it through that quote without butchering it. No matter how hard I try. It's like AOC's name. I can't say it without butchering it. Herbert says, shouldn't we get our nukes out of that time bomb? I guess. Man, you know what? I'm in a mood for a rant, which might be the bad time to do a rant because I'm mad at. We're in 8 wars right now. We're all over this world with military bases everywhere trying to intimidate and pressure everybody. I don't know anymore. I feel like we're the good guys. Not super worried about our nukes, dude. If people start firing nukes, everything's over with anyway, right? I mean, as far as I understand it, there's no winner in that. So, no, I think maybe we should probably eliminate the nukes, but no one's going to do that either. Matter of fact, if you give up your nuclear program, you become an enemy of the state because you're seen as weak. A lot of these countries understand that. Just everything's so sick now. And this is very real. Herbert Says he wants to talk about Israel. What is happening around the world? People stay ignorant to it, but we're funding what's happening in Palestine and Gaza. What the Israelis are doing to the Palestinian people. They're eliminating them. Look at it on a map. You can watch Palestine shrink on a map throughout time. They're just stealing their land and pushing them out of it and killing them. Snipers just picking them off. They're shooting reporters even. It's disgusting. We fund that. We back it with our military. See, again, we're not the good guys. Michael Bloomberg. Herbert says we have a new candidate in the DNC primary. I don't pay attention to any of that anymore. I don't even care. Doesn't matter. Nothing really matters till the voting starts. The rest of this is just pageantry. They'll run two more people. Hillary might still come in the race. Wouldn't surprise me. Don't care. They're betting on the old rules. I know that that's not what's going to win this. The only thing that would win it is overwhelming it. And if that doesn't happen, it won't happen. There's another one. Not Michael Bloomberg. What other guy? There's another guy? Whatever. They could run 6 more guys. Don't matter to me. You know what I think of the other guy? I'm going to show you what I think. I can't really say it, but I will show you. Maybe I will. See, that's the other reason why I'm not renewing Be Live. Features aren't working right now. See if they get their shit together. Yep, they did. They did. This is what I think of that other guy. Upside down kitty. But there's a black mayor now who worked for CBS running for presidential nomination. It's hilarious. You know, Bernie laughs almost every time they ask him about what he thinks of Bloomberg entering the race. Because it's just ridiculous. All right, I'm now officially in the race. I'm running for a Democratic candidate. Jay's running for president. Robert says the party is just trolling for more donations. Okay. I'm not giving them any money. I'm not asking anybody to give the Democratic Party any money. It's a rigged game, guys. It is. I know that. This whole thing is. All of it. This reality isn't even real. Everything's an illusion. It's bad. Things are bad. And we're going to have to take ownership of it in some way in order to change it. Maybe we won't do that. Maybe that's the answer here. I'm looking for answers. So maybe that's my answer. Maybe it's we won't do it. We never will do it. Is that the answer, guys? Is the answer we won't stand up? Are you on that side of the fence? Like, I'm trying to feel like we will do what needs to happen because we must. But maybe you think we won't. And I'm talking about all of us. No matter where you're fighting. As long as you're fighting, you're fighting. You're on my side. We have the same enemies. So I'm talking to everybody. Oh, people are talking in the Q group. You didn't kick me out yet. It's your first rodeo with me, Sharon says. We may have different politics, but I'm about the truth. I'm about sharing the truth. And this feed is about the truth and the truth being killed off. It's called Cute Cat Pics, because I wanted to see if that would keep it from getting throttled. But this is really Yankey Rants, a rant show where I rant about what I'm upset about. And I just don't want to name my stuff anymore because I don't know what they're using to throttle me. I don't know if it's just me in general, anything that comes from any of my pages, or certain words or phrases that you can't say. I'm afraid to name my feeds anything. And just weird. I'm trying to figure out what to do. Shane says we have to, period. Yeah, we do. It's our responsibility and our fight. Nothing happens if we don't do it. No hero is going to save us on either side of the political fence. And I like Bernie. Big Bernie fan. Can't save us. We got to do this for ourselves. All of us. All of us, no matter how you feel. We need to move forward. We need to make changes. I think we all agree that. We should. We should be able to agree to that. And some of these things, like them rigging the Democratic primary, that affects everybody, whether you're a Democrat or not. It's an election in this country, and it needs to matter. It would matter to me if they were rigging it against Donald Trump. It would matter. I think that I got booted. It crashed. The watch party crashed on my phone anyway. They may have booted me over my politics. I'm sorry about the watch party. I meant to share it to your group. But this is Yankey Rants, and we can talk about anything you guys want, anything at all. And Herbert says he's still voting for Bernie. Right on, man. I'm glad to hear it. I am too. I'm fighting one last time. It's my last rodeo with politics. Because I don't have faith in politics. That ain't what I have faith in. I have faith in us. I have faith in the people doing the right thing, doing what needs to happen to move society forward and make changes. Because we have to. We must. There's really no time for us to mess around. And something like Julian Assange, that is our opportunity. That is a fight we need to latch on to, grab a hold of. That's important. Can't let this happen to that man. And if it happens, it will be because we allowed it. We have to start taking ownership. We have to take responsibility. A lot of people don't want to do that, but we have to. Well, what should I do? I've been rambling for 45 minutes. What do you guys think I should do moving forward as far as trying to do these shows and spread the truth? My hero in this, William Cooper, did this on a shortwave radio out of his garage, and he was able to take phone calls. I'm thinking about doing that. I just want to spread the truth. I just want to talk to the people and try to wake people up. Whatever is the best way to do that, that's what I want to do. You know, like I said, I started streaming to VK even. I started streaming to Russia because I want to get the truth out, and the truth is being shut down. And it's corporations that are doing it, and we're letting them. We don't have to allow this. We don't have to let this happen. We can put a stop to it. And we owe it to the kittens. So let me know what you guys think. What do you think that I should do? Keep doing what I'm doing? You know, just keep pushing forward and trying to spread the truth the way I'm doing it. You know, stream to the multiple platforms, stay the course, keep heading forward in the same direction? Or do you think I should change things up? You know, I'm open to suggestions. I'm open to hearing from you guys and what you think I should do moving forward. But let me know. Tell me what you think. I'm going to quit asking now. But I just had to show some cute cat pics because I called it cute cat pics and I feel like I need to do what I say. And if Mark Zuckerberg wants to shut me down for everything, including cute cat pics, then so be it. There's certain things we're not allowed to talk about anymore. I'm going to keep talking about them until I'm not allowed. And hopefully we won't let it get to that point. But that is where it's rapidly heading. As Herbert said, I'm probably getting shut down on December 10th on YouTube because I am not monetized. Can't be monetized with less than 1,000 subscribers, and I have 800 or 910. So I'll be shut down on December 10th if he's right. I haven't read the new rules. They asked me to read them the other day when I logged in, but I didn't. I didn't think it mattered. I figured it was going to be some new creative way to shut people down, but I didn't realize that they were going to pull channels that weren't monetized. So, it's kind of like the going to school, going to college for a degree and then not being able to get a job because you don't have any experience. How do you get, monetized if they don't allow you to work your way up to that level? But I don't know. We'll see, won't we? We'll see how far we let this go. We better not let it go any further. We better put a stop to it. And no matter how you feel politically, I hope you at least feel like it's important to fight and that you realize that it's going to take us standing united to do that. This is our responsibility, and we got to stop this. You can't look away or ignore it because it's not happening to you right now. It's happening. And we got to fight back against it. We got to do something to stop it. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for sharing if you did. Thanks for hanging out. This has been Yankey Rants. This is a random little show that I'm going to do now sporadically. This used to have a regular day and time, but it doesn't work out that way, because I need to be a little bit emotional when I do this little show. So we called this one Cute Cat Pics, just doing an experiment. I'm doing different experiments, trying to figure out how to get this message out, how to get the truth out anymore. It's just getting harder and harder and harder to do. But I'm going to keep trying, and I'm open to your suggestions, anything you guys want to say. I think it's weird that the comments stopped. There's 11 people here, it says, but the comments came to a screeching halt. I don't know. I got kicked out of the watch party too, so a lot of weird stuff going on. Facebook's a weird place anymore. It's getting less and less friendly. I would give up on it if it wasn't the only option. In the United States, you want to get out on social media, you pretty much got to use Facebook. And if you make videos, you pretty much got to use YouTube. You don't have a lot of options. There's not a lot of other places to go. If they shut you down, then you're shut down. And then what good is it to have free speech if you've got no platform for it, if nobody can hear you? Does it matter anymore? But we need to fight. We need to fight. We need to do what we can to spread the truth, to help the average person understand reality of the situation even. They don't even understand what's really going on in the world. They're lied to on a massive scale by a weaponized media. We know this, so it's our responsibility to wake them. It's the responsibility of the woke to wake the others. So do all you can. Spread the truth. Get the truth out there. Inform people. Let them know, for one, that Julian Assange is being persecuted for telling the truth, for spreading the truth. He's sitting in that prison cell, not being allowed to even prepare a defense against the United States. It has to be terrifying. He's being extradited, and his trial is all pageantry. They're railroading this guy for telling the truth, for spreading the truth, for being an outlet for people to spread the truth. We can't let it happen. We can't let the truth be killed and the truth be eliminated. I don't care who's doing it. Gotta defend it at all times. And if something can be destroyed by the truth, it deserves to be destroyed by the truth. This is the only way. We have to own this. We have to take personal responsibility. This is our fight. We are in control of our destiny and our future. We don't have to let these greedy psychopaths run wild with our destiny. We can take hold of it. Just rise above everything that's been done to convince you that you can't, because you can, and you are powerful and you are strong. And there are endless opportunities if you embrace that and stop with this weak mentality. They won't let me have it. I can't get it. It's never going to happen. We can do whatever we want to do. Stop acting so weak. Stop being convinced that we're weak, and stop letting them break us up in little groups where we're easily controllable. Because otherwise they're gonna finish us off. And you know what I think? I'm the conspiracy theory guy. I think America's gonna fall. I think we're in for bad times. We better start waking up. And if we're woke and aware like you and me, you better start waking other people up. We need more people awake and aware. And there's huge efforts put into making sure that never happens. So we need to do all we can. We need to own it moving forward. And that's what's going to make change happen. That's what's going to bring change about. Nothing else will. The people owning it, taking responsibility for it, that's all that will do it. And I hope we do it. I hope we rise up. Something like this with Julian Assange should be an awesome opportunity for us to do so. The only thing that's stopping the masses from being outraged is they're not being informed on what's even happening to the man or why it's happening to the man. It's our job to inform them, to teach them, to help them understand that he's being persecuted for telling the truth, for spreading the truth. WikiLeaks has never put out false information, never in their entire existence. It's never happened. He's sitting in that prison cell for sharing the truth. Before that, he spent 7 years sitting in an embassy, basically a small New York apartment with hardly any room to move around and do anything, couldn't leave. It's scary, the situation, the reality of things. We need to realize that in order to fix it and correct course, we are going to have to take ownership of it and stop waiting on a hero. No hero's coming. No hero can. There's been people that have tried to take it on by themselves. It doesn't work. It's got to be us. No one can do it for us. Got to stop waiting for the easy way. Stop waiting for things to be easy. Nothing worth having is easy. Everything worth anything takes work. That's how they keep this power, because we just think it's too hard. For the most part, people just, well, it's too hard. I can't fight back against the government. I mean, they're too powerful in the media. It's too much. Just want to lay back down, There's got to be some cartoon on, something I can do other than fight and get active and get involved. I don't want to do any of that stuff. It sounds like work. Well, that's what it takes. That's the only thing that's going to make anything happen. It's not realistic to expect anything to happen any other way. Things don't just fall into your lap just because. Nothing is like that. I've not experienced life in that way. Have you? Has life been that way for you? It's not for me. I just got. Sharon says it is terrifying, but I believe he is still in there inside himself. Maybe he knows what he's doing, but we must wonder where we are. Something's going on. Oh my God, I know all those people. I just got these comments. I thought I was kicked. It kicked me from the Q watch party. I thought I was kicked, guys. I'm sorry. I just saw this. I don't know what we were even talking about when you said that. But in the main feed, I haven't got a comment in 20 minutes. Not a single comment. And there's 13 people here. So, I don't know. It's weird. But let me know what you guys want to talk about. Anything at all before we wrap up. I've ranted about what I wanted to talk about. We need to get something going. What, though? Help me. I haven't figured it out. I don't know everything. I don't have all the answers. We've got to do something united to stop this stuff, to stop the progression of the death of truth. Truth is being killed and eliminated in real time, right now, before our very eyes. It's ridiculous. Sharon said, I just made the comments. Oh, okay. About Julian and people who won't get up and fight. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or they only want to fight the way their team fights. Or they're like, I can't talk to those people because they're not part of my team. We all have the same enemies, and we need to rise above this divide and conquer. That's keeping us weak. It's keeping us down. Yeah, Shane says we have to find a way to communicate in another way. And have conversations where we find common ground. I've done that a couple times. I want to have a show with a friend of mine, and he has polar opposite politics to me, but we get along great. We're good friends, and we realize that we have common enemies. Sharon says I've been fighting all by myself for years. It's a lonely feeling in this fight. Like Robert, who's here on Facebook, if he's still here, disagrees with me politically, and that's okay. Again, I'm fine with that. But I made a little show for those that are fighting politically in the way that I'm fighting, or the team that I'm fighting for in politics anyway, and to motivate us, because it does feel like you're fighting by yourself when you're trying to do something. And I don't believe in politics. I believe in people, then people rising up in a movement. That's what I believe in. I have faith in us because we have to do something. We have to do it. Anytime people are rising up together and getting united, I'm excited by that because that's what needs to happen. Sharon says, I live in a town of 1,300. 1,290 of them are the sitters. I don't know what the sitters is. No, to just sit down. Maybe that's what you mean. Just stay seated. Don't get up. Don't stand up. Sharon says the government will kill you if they think you might tell something that can't let be known. I know. They will. And it's scary telling the truth. Like the other night, I did a feed about, I don't remember what it was, but I felt like it was necessary to say during the feed because I had chills. And I had a thought for a second that something could happen to me for talking about this stuff, even though I'm nobody with hardly any reach. Something could happen to me for talking about this stuff. The wrong people listen to me. And I got like a chill and I decided to say, if something does happen to me, please know I'm not suicidal. If I happen to shoot myself twice in the back of the head, please know I had no suicidal thoughts. I wasn't in a danger to myself and or others. Just know that moving forward. Is is uh is no one here on the timeline feed? It shows me that there's 4 people here. Someone say something. I'm testing this Be Live thing. I pay for this, and it gives me the ability to put, you know, comments up on the screen and do things like this. Like this is an old comment from 20 minutes in the show, but like allows me to do things like that. But I can't play with it if you don't comment. Sharon says the non-fighters. Yeah. Shane says, yes, that is very true. And they are on a regular basis, like the CIA, trying time to collect all the info they can. We're in a war. This is a fight. Whether you're fighting or not, we're in a fight. And it's not going well, guys. I mean, there are positives. I don't want this to be negative. There are positives. There's a mass awakening happening. That's good. But sometimes don't you feel like it needs to happen a little faster? Like when you start looking at how bad things are and how bad things are set to get, don't you start wishing that it would happen a little faster? I do. I worry. I'm a worrier though. Sharon says they came and took me out of my bed and put me in an ambulance. I was not supposed to live. Oh my God. This sounds like a fascinating story that I would really like to hear more of. But the government will kill you. They always have killed truth tellers and people that tried to spread the truth. I have had suspicions, and I want to cover it in an upcoming episode of Conspiracy Theories and Chill, that they even killed my hero in comedy, Bill Hicks. He died at a young age of pancreatic cancer. And really, outside of my paranoia and the fact that he was about to break through in the United States and he was a truth comic and he told the truth and preached about the reality of life, I believe he was silenced and only based on that. And just to stop him from his ascension, because he had already made it overseas and he was about to break through over here. And he had a closer that he told every act about how this is all just a ride and to not be scared and not be affected by it, that life's about love. And it is brilliant. His closer, I'm not going to do it any justice, but look it up. This is just a ride by Bill Hicks. They took him out, I think, silenced him. They silenced all kinds of truth tellers. Look at the Clinton body count. I mean, anybody that tries to come out against the powerful. Look what happened to Seth Rich. You know what I mean? It's terrible. No matter how you feel politically, or no matter how you feel about maybe Seth or Julian, if you don't think that he exposed the right information, he was exposing the truth. He's not a hacker, he's not a super spy. He was exposing what was given to him. The only things maybe he would have decided is when the best time to drop the information would be, but he's got what you give him. He's not a super hacker. There's no Mission Impossible style stuff going on where Julian Assange is ascending from the roof and hacking into a computer and getting secret files. That's not what happens. Sharon posted a photo. Let me see if I can look at that inside the watch party. It won't let me look at it. I'm clicking on it. Can you hear that? I will look at it right after the feed, though, because maybe it won't let me look at it during the live. But I'm trying to click on it. It won't do anything. But I will look at that after the feed. Thanks for sharing that. I'm fascinated with the story, and I would love to hear it. But no, this is real. And it's you put yourself in danger when you spread the truth. William Cooper was killed. My hero in the truth movement was killed for spreading the truth. So many. The list goes on and on. We could sit and name martyrs for the truth and for revolution and for the people for hours. Isn't that terrible? But we need to stop waiting on a hero and then stop letting the heroes be persecuted when they are being persecuted, like right now with Julian Assange. We need to fight. We've got to fight back. This corporate censorship, it's got to start being important. It's got to start mattering. It's got to start mattering the same as if the government was doing it. Because it doesn't matter that it's a corporation doing it. They're effectively silencing people and silencing the truth and editing the truth, erasing it from search results, using the power of their media in every way they can to erase the truth. We have to do everything we can to fight that. Sharon says this was done by military police posing as EMTS. Whoa. I want to hear this story. You got to tell me this story. And I'm really interested now. I'm severely curious. Shane says, you must be able to see the picture. I got to look at this picture. Shane says, I'm so sorry about that, Sharon. I am too. That's horrible. I don't mean to say it like it is just interesting. I'm into hearing about what happened for sure. But I'm going to have to wrap up, guys, because my office and my studio is also my wife's bedroom, and she wants to go to bed. So thanks for watching. This has been Yankey Rants. We just called it Cute Cat Pics. When this is going to be a random show now. It's just going to be when I feel like getting on and ranting and talking to you guys. We'll get on and do that, So thanks for watching and hanging out with us. And I asked a lot of questions during this. Let me know what you think. What you think we should do moving forward. If you think that I should keep doing this on Facebook or maybe go the route of William Cooper and do it on a shortwave radio. Because maybe I should do that just because go ahead and own it. That's where we're heading. Or am I paranoid? Sharon says, great rant. Good night. Message me. Oh, I will. I want to know. I want to hear about it. Sharon says 41 minutes in an ambulance delivered DOA to an ER 4 miles away. Whoa. Man, this sounds horrible. All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. And I'm going to message you, and I want to hear that story. But, dude, let's stop this. The death of truth. Put a stop to this, and realize it's ours to stop, and our responsibility. Thanks for watching, guys, and thanks, Shane. Shane said, "Thanks, man. Great job. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time."